my box, right? So is my screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in our previous programs, in our previous class, we ran through few examples which are helping us to understand how do we create a new Java project and how do we create a new Java class and what is the importance of main method, which is nothing but the entry point for that program, and how the output is going to be displayed on our console by using the system.out.println method, and then how can we pass the program arguments to the main method of our own Java program, right? So that is what we have seen. So any questions from that? And whatever the program arguments we are trying to pass, they are all getting stored in a array of string type, and that string array is going to store all those elements starting from the index 0, right? So any questions? And then comments. So we know that comments are known as the non-executable lines of code, right? So when we do not want to execute that particular line, then we'll be commenting it. So there are three types of comments, like single line comment, multi-line comment. So single line comment is going to be prefixed with double slash, and multi-line comment begins with slash star and ends with star slash. And the documentation comment is another one which is required when you are going to generate the Java documentation for your own classes, right? So this is rarely used until and unless you are the document writer. You don't require this, right? So that is what we try to understand. Now moving forward onto the primitive types, Java primitive types. So how do we work with that? So what are the Java primitive types that we'll try to understand. So Java provides us 8 primitive data types which are helpful to work with the different types of data while working with the Java programs. So Boolean is a data type which is helpful to store either true or false, and char is another data type which is going to store a single character, and Java is going to allocate 16 bits of memory, means 2 bytes of data allocation will be done for your char type of data. Whereas rest all the programming languages, if it is a char data type, means it is only 1 byte, but Java is allocating 2 bytes. So this could be one of the interview questions you may face. Why Java allocates 2 bytes of memory for a char data type? Because Java is supporting the universal coding characters. It is not only supporting your ABCs and the respective ASCII values of ABCs, but also it tries to accommodate the Greek letters, Latin letters, Arabic letters, all that, which are going to consume more than 1 byte. Hence, Java allocates 2 bytes of memory for your char data type, right? Then comes the numeric type of data. It is all based on how much bigger value you are trying to store there. If it is a small value which can be accommodated within 1 byte, that job would be done by using a byte data type. If it requires 2 bytes, go with short. If it requires 4 bytes, then use the int parameter, int data type. If it requires a very big number, 8 bytes, means long data type. So byte, short and int and long, these are the 4 data types meant for storing the integer values. And the integer values with the decimals you wanted to store, again float and double are the 2 types of variables which you can use. So like this, these are all the 8 different data types which are also known as the primitive data types available in Java programming, right? So this is where we wanted to work with. So how can you store the data? Like whenever you wanted to store the data, there must be variable required. So how can you declare the variable? So that variable can be defined with any name. For example, index is a variable name I want to give. So what type of variable it should be? It should be int. So data type followed by name of the variable is actually the syntax to declare any variable. Data type followed by variable name, like int space index means index is a variable of type int. Then float area means area is a variable of type float. Likewise, the remaining primitive type variables are like this, right? Then in case if we wanted to initialize a variable with some value, if we don't initialize the numeric things, they will be by default 0. If you don't initialize the boolean thing, it will be by default false. If it is some object type of variables, then they will be by default null. But exclusively in case if we wanted to declare the things, if we wanted to declare a variable and initialize with certain value, right? And initialize with certain value, then in that case you will be declaring like this: int index equal to 10. Means 10 is a value assigned to the variable index, and this index is of type int, right? So like this we are going to declare. So who would like to run this program on your box? So let's run this. You can see the output as well. Whom do I make the presenter? Thirumal, Shrikanya, Raja Singh, Anthony, Ahmad.
As you wish, sir.
So Anthony, are you ready?
Yeah, okay.
I made you the presenter.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to download something.
Yeah, let it be. It just takes a minute. For the very first time you are trying to share your screen, right? So that's why it takes a minute, not more than that.
Yeah.
No problem. Meanwhile, anybody, any questions here? Before Anthony shares his screen, if you wanted to ask any questions, you are free to ask. You can type
Yeah. Let me know.
start window also. Yes, we are able to see your screen.
Yeah.
We are able to see your welcome.java. File, create a new. A lot of noise is coming, Anthony. Shall I mute you?
Yeah. Yeah. Get it.
Yeah, I muted you. In case whenever you want to speak, you can unmute and you can speak. Right? New class. Create a new class. And here we would like to create a new class whose name is, say, primitive data type test. Primitive data types test. Types test. Okay, take the main method also. Finish. Copy all these 4 lines of code inside the main method.
Yeah, I updated.
You copied that?
Yeah,
Then,
I updated.
so there are 4 different types of variables declared there. Let us print all those variable values with an appropriate message using these sysout statements. Copy these 4 sysout statements as well.
Yes. I will exhibit this.
Yes, run this.
Yeah.
Please save the programs. So without saving you can't run. Ahmed, for today we'll run on Anthony's box, right? So each one day we'll try to do that way so that everyone will get their turn, right? So don't mind otherwise. So I appreciate your volunteer. Okay, fine, right? So here if you observe, so it is printing as the values. Int value, no issues, whereas float and double both are meant for storing the decimal value, right? But internally float is getting allocated with 4 bytes of memory, double is going to get allocated with 8 bytes of memory. Whereas if you observe line number 7, float area equal to 25.0 F, you said, right? For a float you mentioned F, whereas for double you did not mention anything. So what will happen if I remove F? Delete that F, you are getting error. So on line number 7, yellow bulb with red mark is displayed saying that type is mismatching. It cannot convert from double to float. Means your variable is declared as float, but the value you are taken there is the double value. Means if we don't mention F there, by default every decimal value will be considered as a double value, right? Every value is considered as a double value which requires 8 bytes of memory. But here we are trying to declare our float variable area which is getting assigned with only 4 bytes of memory. So the bigger value cannot be accommodated in a smaller allocation. So that's where you are getting this error called type mismatch. So that is the reason to differentiate that only for float data type. No other data type require that suffix like this, right? 25.0 you are putting F as a suffix that denotes that it is a float type of data. We are trying to assign it to the float variable, right? So that is one important thing that you need to remember. Right, now save this, no errors. So when you keep F, no error. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, if I try to say int index equal to 10, that is fine. Whereas instead of 10, if I say 1.0, let's see what will happen. It should not be, right? Because 1.0 is a double value. That should not be assigned to your int value. That is a compile error. Means it is not going to allow you to compile it. Right? So that is one more thing you need to remember. Control Z. And similarly, Control Z. On line number 8, you said boolean is married equal to true. Let's say instead of true if I put 1, 1 means true, 0 means false, like that if I say 1, what will happen? It is also not accepting. It is also saying that type is mismatching. So it is by default assuming that 1 as an integer value which cannot be assigned to the boolean variable. So that's why you are getting error. Boolean means it should be true or false only, not 0 or 1 or not any other number. Right? Got it? Then no, small t, small t. T should be small. Yeah, the keywords are lower in case. And one more is, let's say, instead of saying double amount equal to 25.0.5, all that. So if you say something like 5 divided by 4, let's try that. 5 by 4. What will happen? So 5 is going to get divided by 4 by means forward slash by 4. So it is allowed. 5 by 4 is allowed. No, forward slash. You are correct. You are correct. Whatever you wrote was correct. Right, try to run this one now. Save it and try to run this. There you go. You can see that 5 divided by 4 is stored as 1.0. Right? Suppose instead of saying 5, if I say 5.5 by 4, is it allowed? Check that. I mean, we are just trying to verify all the possible and valid combinations, whether they are assignable to these primitive variables or not. 5.5 divided by 4 or divided by 3, something like that. Check that. Is it allowed or it is also going to generate any error? Put any value. 5.5 divided by any value. Hello? Are you able to see the changes happening on Anthony's machine? Okay, save this and try to run. Now I can see. My voice is breaking. Oh, okay, no problem. So hope it is correct now. Yeah, we can see your microphone which says blinking means there is some problem with the voice. Okay, not a problem. Now you are able to hear. Good. Now try to save this and run this. Let's verify what it says. So it says 5.5 divided by 4 is 1.375. Right? So like this, these are all the valid combinations that we will be able to execute there. Now let's move on. Let's work with the assignments. Okay, let's create a separate program to verify the assignments. So we know that the assignment, I mean the value is getting assigned from right to left. Right, so let's write a separate program to verify the assignment thing. Call it as assignment test. Assignment test. And take the main method also. Are you guys able to see any changes? Assignment test. I can see it stopped at A. After A, nothing is moving. Assignment test. Test, T-E-S-T. Testing, test, not text. Okay, fine, no problem. Copy these two lines that I pasted here. Int a equal to 1, comma, b equal to 2. Right, so all these three variables a, b and c are belong to the same data type, hence they are all declared on the same line. So we set them int, means all a, b and c are integer values and they are all assigned with the respective values to them, and they are all separated by comma and ended with semicolon, which is a statement terminator in Java programming. And I would like to print the values of those three. So what is there in A, what is there in B, what is there in C, right? Save this and run this. Let's see what it is going to produce for us. So it will be producing you A is 1, B is 2, then C is 5. Now if I say A equal to B equal to C, what will happen? Copy these two lines. So what is happening here? The values assigned are from right to left, means the value of C is there on extreme right, its value is assigned to B, and then the value of B is assigned to A. So what could be the final result after this assignment? The value of C is 5 is assigned to B, so B also become 5. Then that B is assigned to A, so A also becomes 5. So all of them are assigned the same value. A is 5, B is 5, C is 5. Right? Check that, run that. There you go. Right? So that's how we'll be able to get these outputs. Check the links that I pasted here. So I want you to refer to things.
Yeah, I have an query. Suppose if I need to print this number, like before assignment A equal to 1, B equal to C equal to 5, by one, below to below. So I have to write 3 times system.out.println, like that, or like in
You can put \n within double quotes. So if you go to line 7, I'll tell you A equal to A, you said, and after that semicolon you said. So go in between that double quotes. So after double quotes semicolon.
okay.
After that, next semicolon you kept, right? After the value of A gets concatenated, semicolon before B equal to.
Uh, yeah, here, yeah.
Next one on the same line number 7,
Okay.
within double quote semicolon is there.
Yes, this one.
Right.
Yeah.
After that semicolon, put \n. Backslash n. Backslash.
Okay. Same I need to put here. Shall I run now?
Yes. Very right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is how you'll be able to get the output. Check the links that I pasted
Okay.
here.
Yes.
So the very first link will take you to the Oracle documentation, which describes. Now just click on those links. First link you can click. You copy paste it. There are three links actually.
Oh,
You go
okay.
to meeting, just click on the first link. That is one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Three links I pasted there. So the first link will take you to the Oracle documentation, which describes about the nuts and bolts, means the language basics of your Java programming, which are shown there, which are listed out there. Go to the first line, primitive data types of Java Oracle documentation. So on your left hand side you can see variables, arrays, summary of variables, questions and exercises, all that. So read this theory and try to answer those questions and exercises. Arrays, we will be coming back to that. There is a separate class. We are going to discuss about the arrays. So you can skip that and you can understand the summary of variables and these primitive data types. And here the ranges are also given. So any value which is going to be sitting between minus 128 and plus 127, its data type should be the byte data type. Right? So that's how he tries to provide you the range of values for every data type. So try to understand this theory because this theory is not part of our PDF. Right? So I believe our PDF is already uploaded there in your folder. So go there and check that and please do download those two PDFs, whatever were uploaded for you. Right? And also I'll upload the respective MP4 as well. Now moving forward, we will try to understand the operators. We will try to understand few operators at least for today. Arithmetic operators we'll see. So what they are, like they are meant for performing addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and also the modulo operator. Right? So all these five operations are known as the arithmetic operators. So let's write a separate program to demonstrate that. Right? So create a new class, name it as arithmetic operators test. Arithmetic operators test. So here in this, declare these variables. So two int variables I am trying to declare and two double variables I am trying to declare. So int I is 100, int j is 20, then two double values x and y. Press Ctrl Shift F. It is going to align the code properly. Ctrl Shift F. Okay. And below these things, let's try to do the addition of these numbers. So let us take these sysouts to perform this addition. Copy these three system.out.println statements and paste them at line 10. So we are trying to add I and j and wanted to see the result. What will happen? Wanted to add x and y. Then let's see what is the result. Save this, try to run this. So it is going to show you the result of two int values as int and the two double values as double. Right? Now if I want to add int value and the double value, what will happen? Can you copy any one sys out there and paste it just below that? Right. Say I plus x. I mean I is an int value and then x is the double value. So what will happen? Let's see. I plus x. You can also mention that inside the double quotes as well. I plus x equal to. Inside the double quotes. Right. It is the message, right? So we are trying to display the message and then the result. So let's see what will happen. So I is 100, x is 40.5. So it should be 100 plus 40.5, 140.5. It is not displaying you only 140. It is displaying you the double result. Right? Means the sum of an int value when it gets added with the double value, it is going to produce the bigger precision value. So double occupies bigger than the int value, hence it is giving you that particular output, right? So like this we'll be able to perform this addition operation by using this plus operator. Now let's try this subtraction operator, which is minus. Let's see what it is going to produce you. No, copy these lines. Why to play with that? Just undo, Control Z will be undoing that code. Control Z again and copy the three lines that I pasted here just below that. Copy that and paste it there in your chat window. I mean, sorry, from the chat window to your Eclipse. It looks like internet is slow or something. So not able to see your screen. Oops, he gone offline. Okay, so it seems he got disconnected. So let me make you the presenter, Ahmed. Hey, you would like to share? Very good. Let me make you the presenter. Yes, I made you the presenter. Yes, Shrikanya, you are the new presenter. Okay, so can you run this? No need to comment them. You can keep that adding block also. Oh, you are taking, right. So actually to comment and uncomment, you can select the multiple lines and press Ctrl 7. Ctrl 7 will comment and Ctrl 7 will uncomment. Press Ctrl Shift F. Ctrl Shift F and then try to run it. And also try to make your lines of code Save, always save, always save. Without saving, it will not compile the new dot class file and you will not be able to run it, right? Right, there you go. So you are able to see the output of subtraction as well as the addition. And lines of code you can make little block by block. I mean after line number 8 you can press enter. And also you can leave one more line of blank after line 12, so that you can easily understand that the first block is for no need of two blanks. Control Z or Control Shift F. Yes, this makes more sense. So adding, subtracting, so all these things will be looking cleanly. Now let's verify the multiplications also, what it is going to produce for us. Copy these 3 lines and paste them there. So below to that subtraction thing, it seems a star is missing in the chart window. Don't know what is the problem with that star. Yeah, press enter and try to paste it. No problem, you will write. On my box it shows stars. I star J. I star J. X star Y. Right. Press Ctrl Shift F. Right. Save that and run that. So I star J, within double quotes also you can leave a space. I mean after star you can put space. 100 multiplied by 20, which shows you 2000, then X multiplied by Y, which shows you the respective result. Alright, so like this we'll be able to work with the multiplication as well. Similarly, in case if I want to try for the division, it should be like this. Copy these 3 lines. Check this, run this. I divided by J means 100 divided by 20, it should be 5. X divided by Y, it is 1.975 something. Right? Then modulus operation. So how do we do that? It is the 5th arithmetic operator available in Java programming. So all these 5 operators are known as the arithmetic operators. Okay, save this. Clear? So when 100 is divided by 20, modulus operator is returning me the remainder result. Division returns us the quotient value, whereas modulus returns the remainder value. Right? That is the difference between both are doing the division job only, but division operator returns quotient, modulus operator returns the remainder. That is the only difference. Got it? So this way we will be able to work with all these operators. Right? And all these arithmetic operators can also be used along with your equal to operator. Like for example, if I want to say I equal to I plus 10, means the current value of I want to add with 10 and then assign that new result to the same variable. So in those cases we need to use these combinations like this. Like let us write a separate program. Assignment operator test. Assignment operator test. Okay, copy these two lines. So variable I is declared and is assigned with the value 10. And we know that it is going to produce the output 10. So that is what the commented line kept there. Right? Just run this. Let's check that what is the output you are getting for that. 10. Right? I equal to 10 is shown there. Clear? So now just below this, if I wanted to say I equal to I plus 10, that could be written like this also. Copy these two lines. Okay. So I plus equal to 10 means it is nothing but I equal to I plus 10. The current value of I is added with 10. That is 10 added with 10. It becomes 20 and the 20 is assigned to the same variable I again. So it is going to produce the value of I as 20. Right? Similar to this, if I say rest of the operations like this, let's see what it is going to produce. So this way you will be able to use all these arithmetic operators along with your equal to, known as the assignment combination. Right? So I minus equal to 10 means current value of I is 20. 20 minus 10, it becomes 10. After that, I star equal to 10. Line number, yeah, that one. Keep I star equal to 10. And also inside the double quotes of line 14, you can say I star equal to 10. So current value of I is 10. 10 multiplied by 10, it becomes 100. Then I divided by equal to 10 means 100 will get divided by 10. The quotient value is 10. Right? Then after that I modulus 10 means 10 divided by 10, the remainder value will be 0. Right? So that's how the output should come. Check that. Right? There you go. So this is what the output is getting printed on our console. Clear? So we'll stop here and we'll continue the remaining increment, decrement operators, relational operators, ternary operator, all those things in tomorrow's discussion. Okay? Any questions? Right? So are we good? So please go through those links. Why we are mentioning the result with comment? Just we wanted to understand, it is for developer understanding. So it is going to be the result. So the output we are trying to calculate here. So manually we are expecting that output. Comments are always helpful for the developers to understand what is going to come or what you want to like. Yes. Even if you don't put that one, it is not going to become It is not going to make any change there. So comment is just for the information sake, we can say. Right? Does it answer your question? Okay. So go through the URLs that I shared with you, and also the other links, and in those links also you'll find some example programs. So I want you to try to understand those programs that they are trying to explain you there, right? And get those examples, copy those lines of code into your local Eclipse and try to run them and get the output, right? So that way try to keep practicing from all the sources possible. It is not something that only during the class demonstration we are running some examples. No, big no, right? So try to spend your own time to grab your own style of examples and all, or grab the examples from the links that are shared with you and copy them in your local Eclipse and try to run them, right? That makes more sense and you will get a good understanding of the concept as well. Okay, so keep that practice on and keep downloading the files that I am trying to upload here, right? So that way we need not to, I mean, you will not be missing any file. So if you keep downloading as and when I am uploading there, you will not be missing anything. Okay, so that's all from my end. Any more questions? Any more doubts? Okay, so if nothing is there, so let's wrap it up here and see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. Maybe 5 minutes here and there, right? Please don't mind. Okay, thank you guys. See you tomorrow then. Thanks for sharing your screen, and yeah, Shrikanya and as well as Anthony, all you guys, right? Please, let's catch tomorrow then. Okay, thank you guys.